got was good and positive, and we addressed it, and it wasn't something we felt we needed to do again, because we like to keep the show fairly organic and we have a structure within it. I stand by everything that we do on the Super League pod, and as much as I admire and love our listenership, I also love and admire their right to say what they think of the Super League pod. And given that they have the freedom to say what they think, we also have the freedom to say what we like. It's an unregulated industry, podcasting. So,
industry.
Well, it is. It's an unregulated sphere of media, isn't it?
We're here just saying some stuff, and
we're not bound by the constraints that some people might be. So it gives us the freedom to say what we like. And we had fun doing the Captain Skull episode.
And it was obviously, clearly in jest and joke, which meant it could not get us into trouble.
Precisely. Other people felt differently, and that's fine. And so, no, I don't think it's the terror that dare not speak
I think it was misunderstood.
I think it's misunderstood genius. We both thoroughly enjoyed doing it, and we stand by it. So
it was one of the most I've laughed doing this podcast. I think some people are maybe a little more easily offended than...
Well, I don't want to use the term easily offended. Some people's line is in a different place. Well, there's things that offend me that might not offend...
That's the benefit, like you say, of us being totally free and independent and what have you. And we don't mind that people don't like some of the bits we do, or people go away from the show a bit. One of our favourite listeners, someone who will be annoyed that he didn't get picked in the side, Paul Campbell.
Oh, God, yeah. What position did you put him in?
No, he didn't get picked for a reason. I wouldn't know how to control him as a coach.
Yeah.
He won't play to my structures. But, I'd have him as my number one supporter in the stands.
Yeah, cheerleading.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But anyway, someone like Paul kind of listened at early doors, then went away for a bit, and then something hooked him back in, a conversation topic we'd raised on Twitter. Hooked him back in, and then he became the legend that he is now within the SLP ranks.
Absolutely.
One of the most beloved angry little cockneys.
Oh, we adore him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So people do come and go and that sort of thing, and that's what it is. It's a free enterprise.
Yeah. So no, we thoroughly enjoyed our time doing that, but we can also completely get behind the fact that people may not have the same sense of humour that we do. But, live and let live. Nobody was getting hurt, and we absolutely... If we ever felt that anything we said genuinely caused, hurt or had an emotional impact on someone, I think we'd feel bad about that. Or we maybe wouldn't feel bad, but it wouldn't be our intention. And I think that's the difference. What was the intention? And the intention was for us to enjoy ourselves and make people laugh. Yeah. And if that happens, then brilliant. And if it doesn't happen, fine. But we've all got the right to say what we want and, have that free speech. And that's a wonderful fact that we live in that sort of a world. So, misunderstood genius. Brendan Loftus, Mark.
You've got another one, are you? This is you.
Well, I'll stitch you right up here, haven't I?
Or is it me?
I've just done 3 Mark Butler questions.
I've lost track now. But Brendan Loftus, at BP Loftus on Twitter, he says, what's your thoughts, both of you, on the Bradford Bulls' future?
It's a very good question. I appreciate it. And Brendan, I'm very sorry. I'm going to give you a terrible answer. I don't fucking care anymore.
Of course you care. Stop trying to deflect.
I just want it dealt with. Immediate future, save the club, and get them out of administration. Medium-term future, I imagine that the new owner will come in and say things like, we want to get this club back to where it should be, and it's a sleeping giant, and we're going to reinvest, and blah, blah, blah. Long-term, who fucking knows? Because who's to say that they'll be in for long enough, and who's to say we'll not be back here in 10 years?
I think the problem with Bradford is it's happened so many times now. That's the worry, the fear,
The thing is, it demonstrates to me that rugby league, in terms of if you're going to breed a successful rugby league enterprise, there needs to be you need money. You can't just run it to break even. And the people that have taken us over out of the last 2 administrations haven't had the money necessary to stabilise the club for sufficiently long enough.
Or the willingness to give up some of their own personal wealth to it.
Yeah, like you take Ken Davey out of Huddersfield, and there's big trouble at Huddersfield.
Yeah.
And you take Sam Moran out of Warrington, and there's trouble. Not big, but there's trouble. Wigan and Saints and Leeds,
take the two guys,
more sustainable.
You take the guys out of Hull KR, and
they're more sustainable. But if a club loses its money, man, or doesn't have that money, or someone willing to invest, probably around about £750,000 a year into a club, you're going to struggle.
You are,
and that's what you see. So who's to say what the long-term future would be? But short-term, get them out of administration, deal with everything that comes with transferring the players across on contracts and paying the poor people of Bradford who worked with the Bradford Bulls who are out of pocket. They're the people I feel most sorry for, the creditors.
Get through next season.
Hopefully get them taken care of.
And then try and have a steady go at it. And if you get a little bit of luck along the way, you're a big enough club to maybe draw in a couple of signings for the Super 8s in 2 years' time.
Yeah, exactly.
To possibly
take a tilt at it.
Get a little bit of luck on your side along the way, and you never know.
But
if they don't get back into Super League, there's going to be no boom times for a long time.
And it requires somebody. I don't think they necessarily would ever come back, and it will require somebody to put a lot of front end cash in for about 2 years.
But the size of the city, its relevance to rugby league, I would be really sad not to have it back as a force. In my 16 to 20 team structure, they would be in there as far as I can see. And I can't imagine it without them, so I really hope it gets sorted.
There you go. Okay, Mitchell Darts, got in touch. Always a pleasure to hear from you, Darts. He said, what would be your all-time rugby league dream commentary team?
Dead easy, me and you.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you're going to go for an absolute horror show, Steve O and Rabs. That'd be. To be fair, there wouldn't be a lot of commentary going on. It would just be a lot of old men talking.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested in how Sky are going to do things next season.
I don't mind. I don't mind Carney. I don't mind McDermott as long as he's not getting egged into too much silly stuff by Hemmings or O'Connor. In fact, I don't mind any of them.
No.
Unless Hemmings is egging him into too much silly stuff. The right amounts.
Yeah.
Often when Hemmings isn't there, they strike the balance way better than when he is there.
Yes, I agree. I absolutely agree.
Not that I don't respect what Hemmings has done in terms of supporting the game and that sort of stuff. I sort of think his microphone should be on the hook as well, like Steve-O's.
Getting that way, yeah, I agree. It was the perfect time for them both to perhaps go. Yeah. But we'll see how they do. It'll be interesting.
Obviously, Anthony Gelling, when he retires.
Get him in. Yeah, there you go. Is there nothing that the boy can't turn his hand to, in your opinion?
I think he's natural born entertainer, isn't he?
Man of the people.
That's the t-shirts, I would say.
Yes, very true. Okay, Darts then goes on to say, what's on your plate for Christmas lunch? Ask SLP. Well, it was traditional in at my parents' house where I went for Christmas dinner. It was a full turkey roast. So
the
full turkey, roast potatoes, new potatoes, carrots, Brussels sprouts, Yorkshire pudding, chipolatas wrapped in bacon, stuffing, gravy, cranberry sauce, and I like a bit of horseradish on mine as well. I don't like parsnips, but we did have some. Yeah. So that was it. And then
the Yorkshire pudding isn't. We've got another question.
We'll get to that. But yeah, Yorkshire pudding on mine, and then it was Christmas pudding for dessert. The whole 9 yards. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, and then cheese and biscuits to follow.
I had to build a bit of a gap in for cheese and biscuits. By the time we got through Christmas pudding, I had to take a knee for a minute or two.
That's how we go. We start. There's a mixture of starters. There's a range from melon, shrimps. I just go with my own homemade tomato soup.
Yeah.
Then we have the traditional Christmas roast dinner with all of the normal trimmings available. I go heavy on the stuffing and heavy on the
love stuffing.
We have turkey and pork.
Oh, I see.
We have two options.
We have pork on Boxing Day.
We have turkey and pork. We have two options: dark meat, white meat, and then the pork.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. The last one, he says, what would be your Darts walk-on song?
How to disappear completely by radio. or just something equally mood altering, like the complete opposite of the bombastic sort of right like that. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See, I had two answers. I had a comedy one which would have been "Hope There's Somebody" by Anthony and the Johnsons, which is one of the most depressing songs. It's basically about a man wondering whether or not there'll be an afterlife, which would absolutely deflate the arena. This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan. That's what I'd come on for. So it would be all like darkly lit and and then the lights come up and I come with my plethora of attractive women ready to chuck my arrows.
There we go.
That would be mine. I'd love to know what yours would be though. Darts. Who is this young chap?
Chris McEwen.
Chris McKeown.
Yeah, Chris McEwen.
Yeah, him.
At Chris McEwen 80 if you want to follow him on Twitter.
Or Chris McKeown 80 if you want to accurately follow him and find him, in fact.
Chris McEwen will be doing.
If people type Chris McEwen into Twitter, they won't find him though, Mark, because as funny as this little bit that we do is, his surname's McEwen.
Well, you know, I asked my wife how she pronounced it, and she said McEwen without really? Any
good, because we asked him how he pronounces it, and he said McKeown. So, although
he sent me a message today. Actually, he's been getting into the NFL this year, so that's good on that. Actually, he didn't tell me.
Wish I hadn't. I've had a shit time.
He didn't tell me who his team was. Actually, I'll have to check that out with him. But
whatever his name is, he had a question for us.
He said, "Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? A, yes, of course it is, or B, it isn't, but I'm wrong."
Of course, it's a Christmas movie.
To be honest, it's another one of those ones where I've put it in because of respect for the question asker rather than the question itself. It's an utterly pointless question. If people don't know the right answer, they shouldn't be allowed to enjoy Christmas, in my opinion.
They shouldn't be allowed to handle sharp objects.
Obviously, it's a Christmas film.
Of course it is. Do you have a favourite Christmas film?
Die Hard.
Oh, is it Die Hard? There you go.
Oh, actually, I watched an absolute the Muppet Christmas
Carol. Cracker? Oh no.
The Muppet Christmas Carol obviously is up there for everyone as well, and so it should be. But me and Emma have sort of got into the guilty pleasure watching of like the Channel 5 or the ITV2 and ITV3 sort of crappy Christmas films that
okay.
And we saw a version of A Christmas Carol, which was like a modern reimagining, but it was from the year 2000 or 2001, I think. It was a TV movie starring Ross Kemp. As Eddie Scrooge.
Oh no!
A London council estate loan shark.
Oh no! What are they doing?
Honestly,
that is horrific.
All I can say is watch it. At the end, Emma was like, still totally and utterly confused about whether he'd actually reformed or not.
So it's left you in some doubt.
Yeah. It was
Is he visited by 3 ghosts, or is it by 3 gangsters? Or
there is one of the ghosts is the main sort of ghost is and I think it's the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Right.
I missed the Ghost of Christmas Past. I think I missed the start. Was his partner who had got shot, but he was sort of responsible for him getting shot indirectly by not wanting to lose business and get into a turf war with some other guy.
Thing ever.
Watch it.
Oh my god! I don't think I can, mate.
Watch it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But no, but the Muppets Christmas Carol is my favourite.
Right.
Absolutely.
No, Die Hard, then Die Hard 2.
Is that set at Christmas as well?
Yeah, well, it's snowing on the runway and that. Yeah, it is Christmas.
Oh, sure, yeah, fair enough.
And then, Muppet Christmas Carol, I guess. Oh, Love Actually. You got to throw Love Actually in there.
I'm not a fan of Love Actually.
Oh, come on.
There's moments that are good, but there's other massive things where there's characters you're meant to like who act like absolute dickheads, and I'm not a fan.
I'm
not a fan.
There you go. I think it's a really good character ensemble.
Alan Rickman. Oh, there's lots of quality.
Another one we've lost.
Listen, the Bill Nye bit in Love Actually is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He not carries it, but he makes it watchable for his like Ant or Deck and stuff like that. It's all really good. But Alan Rickman plays a twat who doesn't deserve to have Emma Thompson be his wife, and then fucking Rick out fucking.
No, but you're not meant to like Alan Rickman.
Good, because I fucking hate him. And then, but why is that Christmassy? A bloke cheating on his missus.
It's showing all the aspects of Christmas. Hugh Grant's
a caricature in it. It's absolute garbage. Liam Neeson I find difficult to buy into.
He's playing a role for the American.
And the little boy is irritating. Fucking yes. And your man out of Walking Dead is an absolute arsehole trying to steal his mate's missus.
He's a tragic.
It's fucking infuriating. And you can't tell me that Chittiwell Ejiofor comes downstairs and catches fucking.
The guy out of My Family is good though, isn't he? When he goes over to America and pulls her out of 24. And
but that's not a legitimate character. That's a caricature again. So there's him and that. That's quite funny, but it's not. No. And fucking Martin Freeman's in it playing himself like he does in every fucking movie he ever does. By the way, the most overrated, irritating actor that ever strode the fucking board. Because he doesn't play characters. He just.
How do you know? You've never fucking met him. He might be a total knobhead in real life.
I suspect he probably is, because as an actor he doesn't challenge himself. He's like.
So he's not playing himself, is he? Because he plays the relatable nice guy.
No, but it's so infuriating. He's not acting. He just it's like
because you're infuriated that you can't relate to nice guys.
He's like Matthew McConaughey or something like that. He's just himself in movies, and then fucking that whole. You can't tell me that big black Chittiwell Ejiofor comes downstairs and sees fucking Rick out of The Walking Dead doing that whole cutesy sign bullshit. Keira Knightley. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. No, it's Christmassy and we all love it and stuff, but it's fucking diabolical. And you're going to like all these people.